Hi, Louis in the UK. This is another part 2-ish section of. So basically, what I've been doing, I've put new seals in all the way around and the bolts. So you've got 8 bolts, 3 of these, and I just tightened these till they bottomed out. It's not like overly tight, about 10 Newton meters, but you can sort of feel it bottom out. The thing you're really being careful is making sure that the seal hasn't fallen out. The big thing is the 2 diamonds at the back, which weren't in right. I had to reseat them. And then obviously it's making sure that at the bottom here the seal hasn't slotted itself out. Just checking, yeah? So it's a bit of fiddly, but generally the seal actually stayed in place. It was more me trying to shuffle it through that was pulling the seal out, but generally those seals actually fit in quite tight, and it's only an aftermarket seal. What I found is once I put these 3 in first loosely just to tighten it down a little bit, which then enabled me to get these to start, because at first I couldn't start these because the threads wouldn't reach because the new rubbers need to be pushed in a bit. And so eventually, because I tightened these 3 down a little bit, it just caught the beginning of the thread. So then I just put 2 at a time, just a few turns, and it started pulling it down, and then I could get all the threads to start then on all these. And then once it was caught, so every single thread was in, then I just went from the middle in a circle and zigzag and crisscrossy, so that it tightened down from the middle and outwards. And so I'm happy that it's all tightened nice now. I didn't even use a torque wrench, I just let it bottom out, but I didn't over tighten. And so it does fit without moving this. You do have to lift these up, these plugs, and you do have to push that pipe back. You can just slot it back out now. And this, where is it? This was a bit in the way, and there was this one here. You put them all back in now. And you did have to sort of push this up a little bit. I took these 2 bolts out here just to so this moves a little bit. There's a 10mm bolt there, 10mm bolt there with a washer, and there was a plug here. I'll put it in now actually. So let's get this cable out of the way. Oh, the clip just pushes on, I see it now. Yeah. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, this had to come. This was a bit in the way. This one, so I'll just put some ties on that, cable ties, and I think that was it. So just put these 2 10mm bolts back on here. Then I'll put the coil packs back in, plug these back in, and actually then I can start her up. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I have to move out of the way. No, there wasn't. So actually, it's quite a simple job. I did disconnect the battery because I'm worried about shorting something out. That's it. Thanks for Louis in the UK.